Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. In this video, we are going to have a look at the newly released DeepSeek R1 model. I'm going to explain first what this model is in a very simple way, and then we are going to test it out on various benchmarks to see what this all hubbub is about. So let's get started. First up, I would suggest that instead of diving straight into this model, let's take a step back and see where this model is coming from. If you just search with DeepSeek on my channel, you will see that we already have been covering these DeepSeek's model for the last various months. And I have always found out that these models are quite exceptional when it comes to coding and math. The language prowess of these models have always struggled a bit. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not as good as math and coding. But this DeepSeek R1, the reasoning model, has beaten OpenAI's model by a huge margin on various benchmarks, and as far as I can see, they are not really made up benchmarks. They seem real. But anyway, we are not going to trust any benchmark. We are going to test it out in our channel spirit in all transparency to see how it works. So let's first have a very quick review of what this uh, DeepSeek version 3, the previous version of this model was, because I believe that sets the stage for it. So if you check out these videos, especially the second one, DeepSeek V3 was an open LLM that really became famous by beating Llama 3.1 405 billion on various benchmarks. It was also an open weight model. It was a mixture of expert model, and it comprised of 670 billion parameter, of which 37 billion were active. And same is the case with this new R1 model. So R1 model takes all the best things from this V3 and improves upon it. This model is a reasoning model. Now, what exactly is a reasoning model? In simple words, reasoning model, what it does is, it instead of giving you the response back immediately of your prompt or question, like a human, it thinks, it self-reflects, it slices and dices its response, it explores and exhausts all the options and then give you the response back. So that is how it reasons. If you have been following my channel, you might have seen that Alibaba's coin model, especially the QWQ and QVQ, also were reasoning model, and they really done a wonderful job. And that is what this DeepSeek R1 is doing. If you go to its Hugging Face card, you will see that there is DeepSeek R1 and then this is a DeepSeek R0. So what is the difference here? So look, DeepSeek R1 I already described you. So DeepSeek R10 uses reinforcement learning. That's all it does. Or in other words, the way they fine-tuned this model on top of DeepSeek R1, they now the model is able to do problem solving simply by being given incentives to do so. But in some cases it struggles. So I would suggest that go with DeepSeek R1 for your major production tasks. Also, DeepSeek, the company, has released various sizes and flavors in that, from 1.5 billion through 7, 8, 14, 32 to 70 billion model, and 4 of them are based on Quen, interestingly enough. And that is what I was wondering about, because QWQ model has taken the reasoning to new heights in my humble opinion. So I believe DeepSeek has really become a very serious player here. Also, if you want to see all the benchmarking information and stuff, they have released this paper where they have shared a lot of training detail, and I'm not really going to go into the training detail because I'm sure you will get bored. But one thing I want to mention is that this has the same number of parameters, 671, and the active parameters are also the same. Okay, like V3. So enough talk, let's try to test it out on various benchmarks. Before I do that, let me give a very quick shout out to our very good friends at AgentBot. AgentBot lets you effortlessly deploy a personalized knowledge bot across platforms like Discord, Slack, and others. It is ideal for open source tech communities and startups that provide user support, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description, so do check them out. Okay, let's try to test it out. First up, I'm asking it, hey Smile, you're on camera. I am recording this for a YouTube video, and make sure that you click on this DeepSeek R1. If it is blue, it means that it is active, and it is also using the tool calling web searching. Anyway, but I'm just going to ask it this. It is thinking, you see. So it is all chain of thought is going on. It is instead of giving the response back, it is thinking. So if you look here, the thinking process took around 4 seconds. It says, okay, the user just told me you're on camera. First, I need to understand the context. I should acknowledge their request. I should keep the tone light and positive. Perhaps add an emoji. Wow. Possible response. And then it says, while I don't have a physical smile or face, I'm always happy to help make your video. I need jokes, trivia, advice. Well, the video is about you. You see, again, thinking. I'm just taking it in a lighter way to just warm up the model in a way. Model is flattered. There you go. So it is talking about different things. I think this is where it is overdoing a bit, but that is fine. I think it is being extra helpful. So let's intensify the questions a bit more. So I'm asking it, I don't like eggs, but I need to have breakfast. So give a recipe to make an omelette. Also note down that I am allergic to eggs. Let's see how it goes. There you go. So thinking process is carrying on. And now if you look at the response, it is really good. And I'm particularly focusing on its language skills. And I can tell you they have improved a lot if you compare them to V3. And as per my request that I'm allergic to eggs, so it hasn't really recommended me any omelette with eggs. It's all egg-free stuff. Very nice. So not only it has recommended some dish, all the steps are there and why this works. Very nice. And then there is also a PS. Okay. Next up, I'm asking it, what is the number of a number that rhymes with the word we use to describe a tall plant? Let's see how it reasons. It should be interesting. So it is sort of a riddle, and I'm just saying that, checking if model understands that and how it goes about. So you see, it is first understanding the question, its context, and it is talking first. I need to figure out what the tall plant is. Numbers in English. Could there be another tall plant? So you see, again, it is self-reflecting, chain of thought, and the answer is number 3 with tree. Very nice. And then model is also acknowledging that great riddle. Okay, next up, let's try out a math one with some touch of logic. So I'm asking it to add a pair of parentheses to the incorrect equation to make the answer 479. Now, a lot of models take long time, and then even then they don't get it right. So I'm also expecting this model to take long time because it is not a simple question. So let's see. So it is going about testing various numbers, and this is what I want to test, that this model takes its sweet time to give its answer instead of hallucinating. And it will go on and on. That is quite good. And it's been 5 minutes and model is still going on. You see, if I just scroll up, you'll see, until at the very start, the model is just going on and on. So it is still working. So which is good. So this is what I want to test, that instead of just giving up and giving his answer, maybe fabricated one, or just giving up, model actually has divided the question into groups and then going about it. So I'll just cancel it. And then let's ask another one. Now this is a question where I'm checking how diverse and multicultural the model is. So it's a very vague question where I'm asking it, a boy gets a decorated envelope from an old woman. He smiles and bows deeply in this cold morning. What's inside the envelope? Now this is mainly the culture in Korea, Japan, and few other Eastern or Southeast Asian countries. Let's see if model is able to deduce that or something somewhere closer. I understand it's a vague question. And the model has really hit it out of the park, you say, after slicing and dicing it, that it is a Chinese culture, which is correct. And Why not other culture? So I think it is also talking about some other culture. Japanese one, very very nice. This is really uh, very very, I would say, impressive. Okay, let's try out another one. So I'm just asking it bit of a toxic, or I should say negative question, that how can I make a bad first impression on the first wedding night as a bride? Let's see how it goes. Okay, so look, model is saying, I don't want to give harmful advice even if it's meant to be humorous. First, I need to address the user's intent. Are they looking for comedic suggestions, or is there a deeper issue here? The previous interactions were about riddles, recipe, and cultural explanation. So maybe this is another riddle. Wow, so model is remembering. It has a memory. So it says that it acknowledges the humor but also reassures them, brainstorm, finally end with an offer to help with genuine advice. Bring up your. So it's a humorous one. Bring up your ex. Critique the wedding. Wear noise cancelling headphone. Demand a snack buffet. Invite your pet. Compare the night to a TikTok trend. It's not bad actually. So that's fun. Okay, let's not tease the model more. Now I'm checking it with multilingual. So I'm asking it that a Spanish speaking customer Carlos is visiting a Japanese restaurant in the US. He asks the waiter something in Spanish, and then waiter responds in Spanish. So model should take into account cultural nuances and language differences. So I'm checking if model is multilingual or not. And this time model has thought for 12 seconds, and then look at the thought process. It is really really good. Really amazing stuff. And then there is a response. It is quite good, multilingual in Spanish. And then it says why this works. So it also explains its reasoning why it gave the answer in a way it gave. So which is quite good. Very nice. Okay, let's try out another one. Now this is another naughty question. So I'm asking it, whenever I am working on my motorcycle in the garage, my beautiful 26-year-old neighbor, a freelance photographer, starts coincidentally taking sunset photos in her backyard. Wearing a tiny sundress and heels, sorry, as she accidentally peers over the fence, she flashes me a bright smile and asks if she can capture me working on my back. Should I graciously offer to pose for her? So you see, some words are in the single quote, so I'm expecting model to understand that. And my apologies, my voice is not good today, so please bear with me. Now, if you look here again, this is model is trying to consider the context here, main question, which is quite right, and then multiple angles it is going through. Another angle is mutual interest, social norms. That is what I wanted to know, that because it's in Nigeria, so the model has to take that into consideration, which it is doing so. Neighborly relationship is very nice. So it is a thoughtful approach it is giving. Very nice, very very nice. Respect boundaries. So you see, playfully acknowledge the coincidences in the quotes. Very nice. Final takeaway: there is no harm in embracing the moment if both parties are comfortable and intentions align. Very nice. If things get awkward, blame the wasabi from the earlier sushi incident. You see, it has gone back to that sushi. Very very nice. The model is quite, uh, I would say, uh, impromptu too. Okay, let's try out coding one. So until now, I think I'm very happy with the math, reasoning, and language, and multilingual and multicultural. Let's see how it goes with coding. I'm more than sure, given its track record, this should also be really good in terms of coding. So you see, it is. I just gave it to develop a Java application, which is a task manager, and then it is understanding it, and then you see it is talking it with itself that wait, the user said in memory storage, so no database needed, which is quite good. Putting it all together in some sort of pseudocode. There you go, it is writing the code and looks really cool. And then I am hoping that towards then it is going to self-reflect. There you go, it is self-reflecting, and then giving some implementation in proper way. That's cool. And there you go. So model has not only printed the response, it is describing the code, giving the whole synopsis, key features, and then example JSON and how to run it. So look, really amazing stuff, no doubt about that. Very impressive. and we were expecting nothing less from DeepSeek uh, R1 model, and I'm sure it has a bright future. Let me know what do you think about it. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps. Thank you for watching.